I'm Ali Abu Ni'mah here with my colleague Nora Barrows-Friedman, and you're watching and listening to the Electronic Intifada live stream. Only people who have lived through a genocide and felt it in their bones can truly understand what it means. The constant fear of death and loss, physical hunger, and yearning to feel safe. Reading news articles and watching videos of the aftermath of Israel's massacres might provide for a basic understanding of the situation we're enduring here in Gaza, but that is not the same as experiencing it with all five of your senses. Those words were written by Asem Alnabih in his recent piece for the Electronic Intifada titled Try to Imagine Living in a Genocide. Asem is an engineer, a PhD researcher, and an extraordinary writer living in Gaza City. He also serves as the spokesperson for Gaza municipality, and we're deeply honored and grateful to welcome him once again to the Electronic Intifada live stream. Welcome, Asem. It's so good to
Hi,
see you.
Asem.
Yeah, I'm glad to be with you again, Ali and Noura. It's always like a pleasure to be with you, talking about Gaza from Gaza, and also I would like to express my greetings and also the greetings of Gaza and Palestinian in Gaza to you, to all of you. We really respect and appreciate your efforts uh, to spread the awareness about what is happening here in Gaza. So thank you, and thank you for everyone in your team.
It's our honor, as always.
It
Thanks,
really
Asem.
is. And those words mean so much coming from you, Asem. And it pains me to say it, and I'm embarrassed to comment on it, but each time we see you, you look a little bit thinner. And that's the reality expressed in your appearance that so many people in Gaza are facing. And there's no escaping that reality right now. Now, Asem, the Electronic Intifada just published another piece you wrote called Life Without Fuel. In it, you write, of the many means of collective punishment used by Israel against Gaza, more than 2 million people, the fuel blockade, against Gaza's more than 2 million people, the fuel blockade is one of the most devastating and yet least understood. Asim, please help us understand how the lack of fuel impacts life and even the survival of people in Gaza right now who are already facing daily massacres and the ongoing deliberate starvation.
Well, Ali, let me start from the beginning to give like a brief about what is the real situation right now in Gaza. While I'm not sure that I can really explain and express what is really happening in the city right now, and what we are enduring in terms of food insecurity, water scarcity, massive bombardments, and uh, even the intensive damage to the infrastructure. It, it is unbelievable, that it's a kind of suffer that people shouldn't really endure to, or to live in similar circumstances. And when we talk about the fuel in Gaza now is like blood for civic services. Since Israel cut off the electricity since October 2023, from the beginning of this attack on Gaza, they stopped the electricity supplies. So now we rely 100% on a fuel to operate the remaining facilities. Israel has destroyed 70% of the total water wells in Gaza. There is more than 100,000 meters in water networks. There are damages in water networks. 100% of the sewage pumps and plants in Gaza also got partially or totally damages. More than 200,000 of sewage network also got damages. And those numbers actually only in Gaza City, while double or triple of these numbers in all Gaza Strip. And 85% of the heavy vehicles also have been destroyed, and in the past 22 months. So we have limited resources right now, and there is a huge need for the civic and for these basic services. And when we talk about basic services, it's like water, solid waste management, sewage treatment, and open roads, which is closed because of the rubbles and the damages to facilities and buildings in the city. And to do that, we need fuel. We need fuel to pump water from the remaining wells. We need fuel to treat the sewage. And now we are not treating that. We need fuel just to pump it to the sea. Otherwise, it will be like a sewage flooding around the city, and that's what we are seeing daily among the city. We can see sewage flooding to tents, to homes, to even to the displacement areas, to schools, to everywhere. So as an engineer at the municipality of Gaza and as the spokesperson of Gaza, I know fuel is very essential. It's a life-saving need right now, because without the fuel, water can't be pumped, sewage can't be treated, solid waste, now it's already accumulated in every street corner in the city. We are talking about 250,000 tons of solid waste now are accumulated in the city, in Gaza City itself. So, and to be honest, I don't know why they don't allow sufficient amount of fuel just to alleviate the suffering of people. We are not talking about, rebuilding the city, start the reconstruction steps. No, we just need to operate some water wells, some sewage plants and the stations. We need to operate some heavy vehicles to collect the solid waste from the city. We called the NGOs, we called for a real action. We called the UN, we called everyone around the world, that please let us do our work. We need to do our work. We have great engineers, we have great workers. And we are work tirelessly just to serve our people who are really, they are living under a very difficult circumstances. They are facing many difficulties every day. As the sun rises, they start to think what to eat, how to feed their kids, how to get to drinking water. So at least we need to provide them some water. We need to collect the solid waste from around their houses and their tents. So fuel is essential right now to alleviate the people's suffering. Without a fuel, the municipalities in Gaza Strip won't be able to do and to provide the minimum needs, that people are asking for now. We tried our best. We tried to do some, let's say, initial maintenance for some wells. We used our manual, and sometimes we use like an old ways and old equipment to maintain these equipments and to maintain these wells and some stations in the city. But just to sum up, it's a massive and huge damages in the city, in all infrastructure and civic facilities. The municipality lost the majority of its capacity. We have limited resources now. We don't have sufficient amount of fuel. So the result is what we are seeing right now. It's an environmental and health crisis. People are getting a few amount of water. And in general, when we talk about solid waste accumulating in the city, and when we talk about water scarcity, and we talk about sewage flooding, so that lead to a health crisis. And this is what already the Ministry of Health, they talk about skin conditions, stomach conditions, especially among the children. So again, we need to send and to convey our message again through AI and to everyone that please do something. We need just sufficient amount of fuel to operate the civic facilities right now. And I'm not sure if we have time just to go deeply in this situation. Like, this is regarding the civic facilities, okay? But what about the personal and the individual needs? How do you know how people are cooking right now in the city? There is no gas, there's no fuel, there is no electricity. So they start to burn their books, their clothes, their furniture, the wood, the trees, the sponges, the fabrics. It's like that's lead to environmental crisis. I mean, maybe they will move because of the environment. It's like even the individuals are really struggling because there is a lack of fuel. And yeah, we need to mention about the collapsing of transportation system, collapsing of food supplies system, the collapsing of communication system. So fuel is affecting actually every single service that we need in our normal life, and especially in a genocide time.
Awesome. It's so overwhelming. As you say, people are, as soon as they wake up, it's this struggle just for basic needs and necessities. In your art, in the art, one of the articles that you wrote for us recently, Try to Imagine Living in a Genocide, you write about a suggestion you made to your wife regarding your children who have been living outside Gaza since before the genocide. Tell us what that suggestion is and why you made it.
Yes, I was thinking, and my family were outside of the city before the beginning of the war, and now it's almost it's already 2 years since I didn't meet them yet. I really miss my wife Islam, my son Iyad, and my daughter Furat. I really miss her, especially Furat. But also I want them to know that their father and their wider family and the people in Gaza are really struggling, you know. And that's why my wife and I try to explain to them what is happening. But recently I suggested her that, what about you let them, the two kids, to use only limited amount of water to understand what is water scarcity means. So because I want them to really understand, observe what is water scarcity, because I can't tell you numbers and statistics, data, numbers, and statements will give you a basic understanding but it won't give you a deep understanding about what is the big terms means: water scarcity, food insecurity, starvation. But do you really understand what that means? And it's not a call for guilt, you know. I love my kids. I want them to enjoy their life, you know. I'm not blaming them for because they are not here in Gaza, you know. But I believe imagination could lead to a real understanding, and real understanding would lead to uh, a, a bold actions, and bold actions will of course lead to effective results. And that's what we need, because as someone live in the city, 2 years, almost 2 years of genocide, I want that to be stopped, you know. I want an end for the genocide. So I thought every day, I'm thinking every day that what my friends around the world should do, you know, because I also wrote in EI an article that don't ask me what should we do or what should people do, okay? Because it's your duty to figure out what to do, okay? So this is another step, you know, that you need to understand. You need to really understand, because you can just watch videos and check reels, but you won't understand what is the starvation means, and you can't feed your kids and your children losing weight, crying from hunger. So you need to imagine what that. And just let me do something. Imagine this. There is a man in Gaza today, wake up in the early morning, had no breakfast, walked to his work. He's working for 650 days right now with no salary and no day off, in a high risk working area. Then he got plain rice for his lunch. Then he needs to walk from a place to another place where his family yesterday just evacuated from a displacement area to another displacement area, you know, because there is an evacuation order from the Israelis. Then he came back again to a place with no electricity. His phone battery is going to die, and he has a small battery, so he ran his internet connection, doing an interview, and of course he won't have a dinner tonight. This is me, okay, and I consider myself lucky because I can get a daily meal. I can charge my phone and my laptop once a day. I have access to the internet. At least my family, yes, they split apart into two groups yesterday. So I need, and my father and some of my family members in a place, and my mother with some other family members in another place. But at least we have places to go. We know, you know, I know where are they. So I consider myself lucky. So imagine that. Imagine this is just a flash to one day. Yesterday, I survived, a deathly strike. It was like only 100 meters away from me. So it's like, again, I need to repeat it. It's not a call for guilt. I know my message was for our supporters and our friends around the world, that please do something from a deeper understanding, you know? So I mean, I wish that I explained myself, because a lot of my friends sent me that it was great, but in the beginning I felt that it's, oh no, I don't want people to feel bad about themselves. The main objective of the article is to encourage people to do something.
Yeah.
Not
And
the
you,
opposite.
And you expressed that very clearly in the article, and you gave the examples of other solidarity actions that people have taken, including fasts and hunger strikes, in order to not to experience what you're experiencing, because that's impossible, but to just have some connection between their body experiencing something that can help them to understand in a way that reading statistics can't. I thought it was a really beautiful piece and a beautiful way to seek that deeper understanding and to continue to encourage people, which is what we're always trying to do, to take action and visible action, to express solidarity, to express their support for people in Gaza, to express their rejection of the normalization of this genocide. That is so important now, and even more so now. We'll talk about that later as well. With Asem, I want to point to this photo that you posted on social media a week ago, of a date, one date next to a ruler. What is this date here? Tell us about this.
It's just a date, Ali. It's just a date, a 4-centimeter date. But I kept it for 6 months, and I used to say myself that for the darkest days, and the darkest days are here right now. And I love dates. Arabs like dates, and I love dates, and my mother loves dates too. So after 6 months, when I get it, I decided to give it to my mother. The next day, she told me that she passed it to my daughter, to my sister Nesma. Nesma was born in 2008, so she survived 2008, 2012, 2014, 2019, 2021, and she's a survivor so far. She is 17 years now. She's studying for her secondary school without teachers, without electricity, without internet, just some old books. And I believe she is genius, So my mother decided to pass that date to Nesma because she believes that she needs it. She needs some, some sugar, some snacks, during her study. The Nesma decided to pass that date to my nephew Mu'min. This boy is 2 years old, and he was born just 2 months before the war, and he lost his father, Mu'taz Rajab, a 37-year-old gentleman, postgraduate economist and researcher. So this boy didn't know what does a date mean, So Nesma gave it to Mu'min. Then I thought about, it's like, it's just a date. We shouldn't take these decisions, just to eat a date. And then and that's where I start to think about, we love each other. We really love each other, and there is a lot of good in the city among the people. Maybe the war might lead, to some bad actions from some people, which is I really understand. It's a genocide. We can't blame people for some actions. But overall, I like to see good things in the people, and that's what I really notice. That people are really understand each other and they support each other. And this date is like a symbol of love, And I just took that picture. I don't know how I realized that I wanted to measure the length of that date, you know, but then but it's for me very precious because I kept it for 6 months, gave it to my mother. My mother passed it to my sister. My sister gave it to my nephew. And it's only one event happened in Gaza, but every day we saw examples that Palestinians deserve to live. Palestinians deserve to live in peace. They wants to do good for themselves, for their city, for their homeland, and even for the world civilization. So give us that a chance, you know. Maybe some people will say it's just a date. Yes, it is just a date, but there is a lot of meaning in this date. I hope our supporters and our friends around the world that can catch my idea in this post.
It's extraordinary, awesome, that nobody wants to eat the last date. Nobody wants to
God,
deprive someone else of it. Do you think Nesma will? Am I allowed to ask if Nesma will eat it? I know everyone wants her to eat it, maybe because she's I don't know if she's the youngest, but I know people give everything for those they love.
of course. Nisma is my youngest sister, right? And we believe she is a genius girl and a wars survivor. You know, she uh, she can speak 3 languages. She is. I don't know if there is anyone can beat her in mathematics and physics. She wants to be a doctor to help her people. I know she will do it. I believe that she will survive this genocide. She's a survivor. She survived, a 17 years without electricity, without, with nothing. But also I feel sad about her. Like a young girl in her age should go to her school, enjoy, you know, the trip to the school with her friends, going out, maybe travel abroad, getting some experiences. Not a genocide, of course. But also, I believe that this sacrifice and these kind of sacrifices would lead to better results. I wish that, because we paid a precious price just to get our freedom and our self-determination. And we believe that our starvation, our blood might lead the people and the world leaders to take some decisions and actions to change the situation here in Palestine. We are enduring and struggling for 78 years, actually for a century, not, it's not only 78 years. And I wish Nisma will live in a better, time. She will, I wish she can study medicine as she wants and to eat dates without count them, and the need to pass her only date to her nephew. That's my hope.
I think that's all of our hope for you and your family and everyone in Gaza who deserves the world. Asem, how are you feeling now? I mean, this genocide has lasted for 21 months. How, what keeps you going? And what can you say about your own personal internal universe right now?
Look, it's okay. I feel that I might be killed in any moment. That feeling is, chasing me in the past few months, and I can't kick it, out of my mindset and my thoughts. And obviously, everyone in Gaza is feeling the same, that I might be the next victim. Me or one of my family and my friends might be the next victim, the next martyr. But this is not the scariest emotions, What is the scariest part is, that and I know and everyone knows that there is an army and a government in the 21st century in a free world that could kill any civilian for nothing, for no reason. This is the scariest part, that we are living in a time where killing children is fine. Can you imagine that? While starvation for civilians is okay. Like, where the hell are we living? That's that make me feel bad. It's a harmful feeling, a harsh feeling to everyone. I just imagine what does that mean to someone to live in this war, that he might be killed any time. And I know, Israel doesn't need a reason to kill someone or any justification to kill any Palestinians. They killed us for years, for decades now. So, but also I feel optimistic because we are a freedom seekers. We are a freedom seekers. We tried our best. We really tried our best. And I always remind myself about what my close Rifat, my close friend Rifat, my teacher, Dr. Rifat, he once said, if I must die, let it bring hope. I also say the same, but also I add, if I must die, let it bring hope. If I must die, let it bring resistance. If I must die, let it bring revolution. If I must die, let it bring freedom, justice, liberation, peace. Because I'm not going to die for nothing, My people are not dying for nothing. And so, yes, I feel sad about myself. I feel sad about my people, about my family, but also I feel sad about the people. If there's cancer in a body, you have to stop it or you will be die. So the world has to stop this cancer before it kill everyone. I can't stop myself think about that. It's a harmful feeling, actually. That that you will lose your life in a second, and just strike. Maybe the AI will decide to kill you or not. So when you ask me about my feeling, that's my feeling, that I know that I might be the next victim, but at the same time, I still stick to my freedom. I still call for my freedom, and that's 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 our main objective right now, to stand tall in front of Israel and to say no to them loudly, and loud as much as we can, because there is no other choice. Unfortunately, there is no other choice.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
It's difficult to listen to you, and I don't think there are many words I can offer you that provide that lessen the reality and the truth of the words you've spoken, or I don't want to say lessen them, but lighten the weight. The only thing I can say is that we've heard what you've said, and you from Gaza have renewed our commitment and our strength and our promise not to abandon people in Gaza in any way, to continue to speak out from every platform we have, to call for an end to this genocide, to demand an end to this genocide, to hold those who are accountable, who are responsible for this genocide. That this is a struggle. You remind us that this isn't a struggle for water or food or fuel or medicine. Those things are vital to human life. But this is a struggle for liberation, for the life of a country, the life of a people who've been denied it for so long. And that struggle cannot be killed, because Israel and its allies have tried everything possible to destroy that struggle and destroy that will for liberation, for freedom, for a life of dignity. And they have failed. And no matter how many people they kill, they will never kill that. And I will just say, Asem, that we pray for you. We love you.
I love you too.
We
You know,
hear you.
I recently, don't be afraid, because I have recently renewed my soul's quota, you know, because they used to tell me that I am like a cat with 7 souls. So I just renewed my 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 soul's quota now. So don't worry, I will be fine, inshallah.
Inshallah, we pray for you, and we pray for you and all the people to be safe and for this to end, and that we always see you well and happy. And
Inshallah.
we pray for Nesma and for her future and the future of all the young people and children of Gaza. You have never given up on them.
Of course.
You've never given up on them, and so we can't either. God bless you and protect you. Awesome.
Bye bye.